how do you feel about the recent Father's Day celebration over the weekend? Happy that you were able to spend more time with your family? Sad because there are family members that are no longer there? How do you feel about the state of the nation? Okay, I won't go there. That's too political for me. Okay, how do you feel about insurance? I know, right? Actually, when I asked that same question to myself, I don't know how to feel about insurance. Because for the longest time, when you say insurance, it's not really the sexiest thing that you can talk about. So at FWD, our goal is really, we are working hard to change the way people feel about insurance. So there are really a lot of perceptions, misconceptions about insurance in general, right? So both true and there are a lot of them are false as well. So when I joined the industry, like what I said 5 years ago, so some of the things that I actually heard from friends, from colleagues, from people in general, is that they said, when you talk about insurance, especially the policy in particular, in Filipino we have this term, nosebleed, right? So nosebleed, it means it's difficult to comprehend. It means the terms and conditions in the policy packs are kind of legalese. It's very jargon. I also heard that when you say insurance, it's about very, how do you call it, aggressive salespeople, wherein they will really go follow you, and at the end, you will just tell them that you already have insurance, when in fact you don't have yet, just to actually move away from them. We also see some, also in the policy pack or in the document, some disclaimers, or even they say they will cover you, but they don't. So there are a lot of those perceptions. They also told me that, okay, when you buy insurance, you see the interaction with the financial advisor or even with the company several times. But then, when you started becoming their client, the interaction lessened. So they also told me that when you talk about insurance, it's not innovative enough compared to the other industry. Mind you, I came from advertising, so it's really a totally different world apart. They also said that insurance is for people with money and also for those who are old people. So there are really a lot of misconceptions, perceptions. Some of them may be true because it's been there for years, right? So at FWD, our goal is really to challenge and change these conceptions of the fear factor, because we believe that insurance should be a source of optimism, and that the role of the company and the insurance firm in general is to make sure that people live life to the fullest and also to remove their worries away. Yeah, so as you can see, if you've been exposed to some of our, let's say, communication pieces, when you say FWD, it has that youthful vibe. It also has that a very positive spin to celebrate living, because that's the DNA of the brand. So now, okay, let's just talk about just a bit of FWD, because we know we're a very new player. We started our journey in the Philippines in Q4 of 2014. So again, when we started the name, it's FWD. Unfortunately, we don't say it forward, I know, but there's a legal thing behind that. Some people also said, okay, FWD, I know that, that's four-wheel drive. I said, no, that's FWD. And then the last one, they said, I was in the mall, and then they said, okay, you're from FWD, I have a parking for you. So, yeah, FWD, PWD. So anyway, I said FWD, it doesn't stand for anything. Yeah, it's a fresh and innovative approach to insurance. So who we are, we're a pan-Asian insurer built in the head office in Hong Kong. So we're now in 9 markets. So only after 4, in Hong Kong, we started in 2015 with acquisition of ING, actually. Digital is at the core of our existence. How do we push the envelope? We've invested $50 million in InsurTech. 60% of our IT budget is allocated on digitalization. So that's how important it is to us. From the inception in 2014, we're now one of the top 10. So from startup to top 10, we're in that space. We're the fastest, highest capitalized in the market today. Aside from that, what I'm proud of is that we are 24/7. When you talk about insurance, you don't really think of calling them 24/7, but really, people really do talk to us, and they also chat to us. So we are the first insurer who operated our customer engagement center 24/7, not just on voice, but also on chat. And aside from that, we also pioneered a very bold proposition wherein we financially protect people who are hit by acts of terror, sort of terrorism. So that's never heard of. So nobody wants to cover it, we cover it. And we're also the first to cover extreme sports. But I know it's kind of difficult to digest, especially for the younger generation, because for them, insurance is like, it has like that legacy type of background. So for example, we created this game, we call it Ernie. Ernie is, it's a web-based. So it's an education game wherein it just tells you that, okay, expenses to earnings, we're not telling you, mind you, to give up your daily coffee. If you want to go ahead, okay, have your coffee because that's impossible to just give up. But we are just telling you, right? If you go to Starbucks 3 times a week, just remove one, you go 2 times a week. What is the impact of that one Frappuccino worth 150 pesos to your long-term savings that you can use for investment and protection? So that's where the game was used. So whenever we do, let's say, our roadshow, we don't actually talk there and give out flyers because that's so passé. That's for real insurance hardcore, right? But for us, we just give them an option that, hey guys, play the game, have a look, and then they will realistically just feel that, okay, this is maybe something for me. So FWD is a customer-led company. So CX is if digital is at the core of our existence, what more customer experience? We really value what the customers tell us because gone are the days that relationship of insurance companies with the people is just like 3 times in 2 decades. You talk to them when you purchase, you talk to them when you renew, if it's not auto-renewal, and you talk to them when you claim. So sometimes, or most of the time, when you do the claim, you're not there anymore. So the 3 interactions become 2. That's why it's very important that you have 24/7. And this is also important to us because let's say, the way we work in the Philippines is not just 8 to 5 anymore. We have a lot of the BPO sectors wherein it's 24/7. People wanted to talk to you at the most crazy hours like 1 a.m., but it doesn't matter. We are there. Yeah? So we started with the 24/7 operations, the first in late 2017, and then in early 2018, we started the chat. So we were thinking at that time, if you have the voice, why chat? But then we observed the customer behavior wherein people sometimes don't want to talk to a voice or to a human being. We're so used to instant messaging, Viber, that sometimes you're just sitting beside each other and you still send Viber to each other, right? That's the reason we have live chat. When you don't want to hear a voice and you can always detach yourself, then you do the chat. And it proved to be very essential for us. But aside from that as well, if you're now a customer, we have what we call TAP. TAP is an app. It's a one-stop insurance app wherein our policyholders can manage their portfolio, can pay their premium, can change their data, can see projections of their investment, and can also look at content. Again, especially for our industry, in a world of omni-channel experiences, right? Again, we don't want, especially for insurance, we don't want only 3 interactions. We want to be there in all the stages of your life. We want it to be in your micro moments. And the only way for us to do that is to be part of the omni-channel experience, wherein we provide, if you look at our social media sites, the content is very bite-sized. It's very laymanized, so not your usual highfalutin legalist terminologies. We also employ, I think a lot of the media people friends will say lookalike modeling, wherein we look at our segment of the market, check if the performance of conversion is there, and then you basically copy it and then load it up again. So there are a lot of things that we're doing at the background. Again, the goal of the company is to change the way people feel about insurance. The more people feel comfortable and understand what the mission really is for the insurance industry in general, the more people that will get protected. So hopefully that 7.4% of penetration rate, or those who have life insurance in general, will be much higher in the next few years.